Okay.
I think.
Right.
I think that's it.
This thing.
So anybody that's in now, if you can hear us and we sound okay, let us know in chat because we are using our brand new lapel mics. And we don't know what we sound like because we're in person. So for episode 106 in person here at Brewery Outré with special guest Ted.
What's up, guys?
Yeah,
Hope my mic sounds good.
I hope it is because yeah, we'll see. Somebody will say something.
Yeah.
And as soon as somebody says something. But anyway, we'll just keep going.
So this is the second time we've been to Brewery Outré. Today is going to be International Pale Lager, I believe. We did. What did we do before?
So-
Light lagers.
Yeah,
No, not
American
like
Lager.
American Pilsner.
just American lagers. It was, we did in the last summer. We wound up doing 2 flights. We did the Budweiser, Busch, Old Milwaukee, Hams. And then I think we did another flight with like PBR, Stroh's. They were American macro lagers.
Yeah.
Great on us doing our homework.
Shayna is going to be our bartender tonight. Thank you very much. And while she's getting that stuff going, hey Matt, let us know how our audio is. We're testing out something new. We kind of pre-tested it a little bit, so. But while she's getting beers poured, what do we have to go over for like some upcoming news or whatever?
Well, we don't have, Matt, here's this fine. So we're good. This will be our 3rd show in March. So we're caught up for an average of 2 shows per month so far. So first quarter of the year, knocked out. Fantastic. Right? That was really hard to fucking do last year. We will be figuring out the next shows. We don't really have anything on deck at the moment, but I think we've got some ideas and some shit that we're working on. So we'll get that coming. So I don't have another show to announce.
Okay.
We don't really have anything Michigan Beer Cup related to announce.
No new dates or anything like that. Michigan Mead Cup, however.
Oh yeah, our friends at Michigan Mead Cup, their site I think went live or it's going live very soon. So the dates on that change is going to be judged in September, but it's going to be awards in September. I don't know if it's going to be judged in September, but anyway, make sure to check out Michigan Mead Cup at michiganmeadcup.com or find them on Facebook because that is, it's a really great mead only competition. I think for the state of Michigan.
Yeah,
I think that as well.
Now the Michigan Mead Cup or Michigan Beer Cup doesn't have a really great mead setup or whatever, right? We do good.
We do all right.
We do good.
Theirs is a bigger mead competition.
they're if you're really into mead, they're breaking out sizers and like berry meads and like I think all the traditionals have their own categories instead of just like beer categories. When you enter a mead or competitions, when you enter mead, it's just like you get traditional mead and you get specialty mead sometimes. And like that's it. Sometimes you get like mellow like thrown in.
I mean, we do 4 categories, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we do
Feel
4.
good.
We do like traditional, fruit,
Spice
specialty,
and specialty.
spice.
Yeah.
So.
So
You're gonna get. Anyway, it's just another Michigan comp. It's our friends over at the Mashers run it for the most part, I think. So check it out. Ted, what do you got going on with Outré? Anything new?
I hear there's a new beer coming out.
Yeah, new beer collab with Murray Street. So hazy IPA. We've been drinking some of
I was
it.
gonna say not that I know firsthand.
Super tropical, some unique hops in there.
He tells about the hops, or is it like a secret?
Yeah, no, it's a open secret. So, I mean, everyone loves Citra. Tim from Murray Street insisted on Citra, and it's probably good to balance it and make it familiar to everyone. But the more exciting hops are Styrian Wolf, a Slovenian grown hop, which I think has it is a very strong profile. It's like super high in oils. It's like 3 milliliters per whatever. It's whatever the unit is. 3 units of hop oil versus 1 or 1.5, which would be normal. And so I get like a lot of coconut from that. Coconut, lemongrass, mango is how it's mango is how it's described, but the coconut, at least for me, can't be missed.
Yeah.
And I used it before in a beer last year I called Wolf Things. That was like 75% Styrian Wolf. And some of the Untapped comments were like, coconut doesn't belong in an IPA.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, fair enough. There's no coconut in it.
Yeah.
But, so we dialed that back a bit, and then Multi-Head, which is a Neo-Mexicanus, like wild hop. And that's one that has a mutation with 2 cones growing off of one stem.
Oh no!
So
No kidding.
yeah, and I think it might be the same or similar to Medusa, and that could just be a copyrighted hop name. And
Yeah.
so, but it's a Michigan-grown one, and that's like more like sweet tropical fruit, guava, passion fruit, whatever. So
Get experimental over here.
mhm.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
mean, it's super great. The mouthfeel, it's nice and creamy. I get some orange on it, orange coconut,
Yeah.
like pina colada-y. But not too sweet. It's really good.
on
Thanks.
the aroma when you first poured it, it smelled like those canned tangerines I used to eat as a kid. Like not in a bad way or
Yeah.
anything like that. Like not super sweet, but it
Almost
just had
like
that,
mandarin?
yeah,
Yeah.
the mandarin. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Mandarin. Yeah, the mandarin oranges.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I get that.
So that covers our what drinking. So for tonight, we're going to try 8 different beers.
10.
10.
10.
Okay, we're going to try 10 different beers. More than one of them will be homebrew.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mixed in.
At least one.
We're going to, at least one's going to be homebrew. So we are, I'm impressed by this.
I was just gonna say this presentation.
So I think we're going to be starting off with so we're aiming at international lagers, international pale lagers.
Which are things like Mexican lagers,
Yep.
like Coronas and Dos Equis, but also
El
Things like-
Presidente, Sol,
Yeah, that's
Tecate, Pacifico. I forgot about the Dos Equis. I think we have that.
some of the like Asian
Yeah.
ones too,
Um,
right?
So I think we're gonna go through the Mexican lagers first. And then we are gonna finish up with some of the Asian lagers. So we have Asahi,
Hey, Shayna.
I think Sapporo and Pingato.
Is that the whole list?
Sinsao.
I can go over the whole
Pingato.
list real quick.
Yeah, if
We
you
we don't know what any of these are. Shayna's
But
bringing
that's the
out
thing
some
is
stuff.
we don't know what order she's bringing them in, and we don't know kind of how they're mixed in. Are these just three different?
I don't really know. So
Okay.
I guess we're gonna figure that out.
She's got the keeper of the keys.
Yeah.
She's over there.
So the
I
game
think
that we're
it's
going to
all
play is, I guess we're going to try to, of course, guess which one of these beers match the ones on our list that's incomplete,
Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
Sure.
because
Um,
Brian's being an ass.
Wait. Oh, yeah. No. I mean, there's always secrets to be.
Brian, I think threw in some secret beer, and then we're gonna rate them. So we're gonna do this in 2 flights. That's what we decided, right? 2 flights.
There's only 3 here right now. And
I was gonna say, yeah, we only got
2
3,
points?
so if we have 10 beers.
2 in the first round.
Okay. So you're bringing these out in 2 separate flights for the first round.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna
And they're
try to figure out.
Their homebrew snuck into these.
Yeah,
and
There
stayed
are
solid?
somewhere. Yeah.
Nice.
So for shits and giggles, we will try, of course, to figure out which one's which, and we will rate them on a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know, 1 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing BJCP things here, but we're also going to try to figure out which ones we like the most. you know?
Yeah.
Because we, on the American Lager show, we figured out that we actually liked Budweiser quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I've actually taken to buying more Budweiser than I ever imagined I would before.
No, yeah, that in the American Macro that we did, that was the fun part about it was we were all went into this as the 3 of us, anyways, Ham's heads, thinking that we're gonna, of course, pick out Ham's as the best beer ever, and we
Yeah.
did not.
Nope.
I think all of us rated it the lowest of the first 5. And,
I apologize for not being a Hams fan.
We weren't either.
we were all
Yeah.
influenced by Ted.
PBR diehard.
Yeah, but then for us, I mean, Budweiser came out on top, and Brian and I now started drinking Budweiser more. Some of our friends over at Mashers redid the same kind of experiment. They also rated Budweiser top.
completely blind.
And I think they're drinking more Budweiser. So I think the hope here is that we'll find a new beer that we enjoy and replace Budweiser because it's summertime. We should be
We'll see.
drinking
Yep.
crispy nuts and lagers. So
Number one on the left, I guess. Give it a start.
That
So-
works for me.
Are we doing the Japanese ones in a separate round?
You know, I'm not really sure now.
don't
It's just
know.
up to Shayna. We
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah,
And I don't think it really matters because it's
Yeah.
all international.
Fair
right?
enough,
So
yeah.
I don't.
it's hard for. Do you have a list, Ted? Did he give you the list?
Here, so I'll read the list out loud, and so you can have it too. I'll kind of put it on the table here, or yeah, you can write it down. So
Okay.
we're doing Sol, El Presidente, and I apologize if I butcher any of these. Dos Equis, Pacifico, Tecate, Corona Familiar, Sing Sao, Sapporo, Asahi, and a homebrew. So it's mixed in here somewhere. Does that sound right?
So
Did you
said
say Dos
10.
Equis?
Yes, I think. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you might have mixed in some
I
other shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So the Corona Familiar, is that actually a special version of Corona?
So I was just asking Jason
So-
before the show started what that was.
I should have looked it up. I believe, from what I was reading when I was buying it, I believe that it is just the standard lager, like the core or original lager. But let me look it up real quick.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna start making a note here.
It is. So it is the maltier, full-bodied Mexican-style lager, where Corona is. You have Corona Extra, Corona Extra Light, Corona Especial. You have all the different Corona flavors. They're in the clear bottles. Corona Familiar comes in a brown bottle. In our case, it's a can.
Is it Coors Bank? Is it the Coors Banquet? Of
It is.
Corona.
I'm
Okay.
probably gonna like it.
It's the Coors Banquet of Corona.
Is that how they describe it?
Yeah, actually,
Just here.
it's
right on
exactly
there.
what it says here. No, so it's being described as having a fuller, more robust flavor than Corona.
Cool.
Um,
I'm glad I asked.
yeah, I was surprised with that one.
Yeah.
So
The other ones, there's some here that I've never tried. I don't think I've ever drank Pacifico or Tecate.
Yeah, I haven't had most of these.
So the thing is, I've had those, but I have zero recollection of what makes them special.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
these
mean-
are all beers that I think I've maybe sampled or drank at one point in time or another. Sol, when I went to Cancun for the first time, was all I drank in Cancun back when I was like, 19 or 20 or whatever it was. El Presidente, Jason calls it tastes like vacation.
that's my
right?
vacation beer.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, El Presidente is huge in the Caribbean islands, minus Jamaica. I mean, it's in Jamaica too, but they push red stripe down your throat. But like Dominican Republic or the Bahamas or even the Southern Islands, Curacao, El Presidente is like the beer of the islands, and it tastes like vacation to me.
So-
I want to say about number one, but you got me fucking second guessing myself so bad.
I feel like there's like just the slightest bit of like skunk to this or something.
Yeah,
I wrote down,
And
I compared to the Heineken right away.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not expecting that with some of these just based on like the clear bottles and them being shipped. Maybe some of the Asian ones being shipped like over like on a cargo container, the Mexican ones being put on a truck, and we only got them like 2 months
this one
later. or
reminded me a
something.
lot of like an American macro, like on the nose.
Mhm.
A lot of that, like
You get corn or like,
It is like a corn sweetness to it.
it's like
not terrible, pretty clean.
it's a little like astringent to me too. Like it's like leaving this like on the roof of my mouth, like this like dryness. Like I feel like if I scrape my tongue against the roof of my mouth, it's just like grating.
Okay.
Maybe it's because it's very, very dry though.
It is quite dry.
it's one that those said, we just described it with some pretty not pleasant ways, light, strong, astringent, dry.
I'm enjoying it.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, 100%. So when Shane and I were getting this stuff together, I went to Meyer earlier, and she called me, and she's like, "Do you guys need some limes?" She could get some limes, and I'm like, I really wanted to, but I'm like, no,
Yeah.
because then if we squeeze like more or less lime into
Yeah.
like each one of these, like it's just gonna, disrupt the, the goal of this experiment or whatever. So
I think it's gonna be hard to pick a name for it. I would rate it out of our scale of 1 to 10. I feel like this one's pretty high for me. I think this one's
Yeah,
like
we're rating it 2 style.
yeah.
Or just a preference.
For
If we hate
preference.
stick.
I feel like I'm somewhere around 6.
I was going to
Five
put
or
it at a
6.
6.
Yeah,
I was going to put it
lower.
at a 5, but I kind of gave it a little bit of a 6.
At least
enjoy
a
it.
7.
I'm a
I was
7.
gonna- yeah.
I didn't want to give my first one a 5 right off the bat. Just be like right in the middle of the road.
I
I'm a
could
7.
drink a lot of that.
I'm going to go with a 6.
If I had to guess, like the slight stroke aspects of it make me think Corona.
I know. I'm even gonna. I'm gonna drop to 5. I just.
But it's not. I mean, the Corona that we have is not supposed to be light struck.
Yeah, I don't remember. I almost made me wonder if it was a Japanese one because I don't remember any light struck Mexican lagers. Of course, it could happen, but
I'm gonna wild ass guess it is Pacifico.
Okay.
No, I don't.
I don't honestly remember what we have that was in bottles or cans either. And so you'd imagine the stuff in the cans is not going to be light struck at all.
I bought the stuff, and I know from the Mexican side,
Yeah.
I can't forget that Pacifico is in a clear glass bottle. So that's where.
So we all have the same knowledge. I think we have El Presidente and Sol both in glass bottles. Pacifico. And
I've just put mine as Soul.
something else.
I've never
Dos
had it,
Equis.
so
Oh
just,
no, the Pacifico is in a can.
Pacifico's in
See,
the
I'm
can.
already fucked up.
Yeah, Dos Equis is in a bottle, and it's Sol, Dos Equis,
it's Dos Equis. That's a green
El
bottle.
Presidente. Yeah, something else.
All right. We should have been
Dos
more
Equis.
organized with the knowledge. And actually, I think last time we put up pictures of the flight.
I think it was the Tecate.
Tecate was
Yeah.
glass. Yeah.
Clear glass.
You said
I don't-
Soul with glass, right?
Sol is clear glass, and everything else was green or brown, I think.
All right, this is sold in.
Yeah.
So,
I was saying, I wrote Soul.
So wait, so Soul was clear?
Sol was
Yeah.
clear.
The thing is, I would actually expect, like any beer put in a clear glass is using a hot product that's resistant to, impervious.
Unless
to the
they're
light
selling it to
struck
people who
reaction.
expect that flavor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's tough to say. But I had a Sol the other night. Shane and I split it, and we both enjoyed it pretty thoroughly. So
Honestly, this has a lot of hop character for this style.
That's
in
what I put on
in the
mine.
same
yeah.
way that Heineken is hoppy.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
this seems
sure.
to be in the upper
Yeah.
third of hoppy for Mexican lager style, but
it was very clear. This one's very clear too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's either Soul or I'm gonna say Dos Equis.
Yeah.
My secondary.
I'm gonna move on to number 2 here.
All right.
This one smells more. It smells less adjuncty.
Yeah, this gave me a lot of like malt character on the nose.
They hit neutral.
Very sweet.
Mm. Yeah. Less adjunct.
Consistently has a more robust flavor.
More robust is a way. Great way
I
to
get
describe it.
cardboard.
Yes.
I got a whole lot of wet cardboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the sweetness, like the sweet maltiness that I think it is more like oxidized. Like
I wrote
nastiness.
cardboard a lot in the
Okay.
last American adjunct lager tasting.
Like,
Wasn't
I don't
always
think I've
bad.
ever had a beer that tasted so cardboardy before.
So I get the cardboard, but I also get kind of like a ginger ale kind of not ginger spice, but I told Brian made what I'll call an amazing pre-prohibition lager that I said this the other day too. I'm like, it reminds me of ginger ale, but it doesn't taste like ginger. I don't know what that is in my head that's doing it. It's that floral.
Mhm.
kind of spicy character, but it's not ginger.
I was so
Now
excited
I'm
for this
saying,
beer.
making myself sound like
You know what I'm
that.
gonna do while we keep talking? I didn't. Normally we stream to Instagram too. I didn't set that up right now, so I'm gonna see if maybe we can. We might just.
We kind of went through and did a nose test on all of them
Yeah,
before we
doesn't
tasted them, and I was like, "Oh, that second one's going to be good." I'm sorely disappointed.
It's definitely got a more in-your-face flavor, but it's in-your-face off flavors to me.
I don't know.
In your face, looking a wet Sunday newsstand.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, it seems like a beer that people expect to be bad. You know, like it's not wrong. I would. Oh, this is pitcher beer. This beer would be. served in a
Oh
pitcher.
yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't like this anymore or less than the first one.
Oh no, I'm giving
Not
it-
nearly
I'm
as
giving this like a
crisp.
three.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
I wrote down 3. This is definitely a lot less than the second one or the first one.
We're drinking slow. I'm sorry.
So are you going to tell us after these 3 what they are, or after the
I think at the very end we'll
of the round?
I think at the very end of the tasting.
So
Because
like
I think
our
we're gonna try to
Asian
do maybe
beers
like a
are
mini
in
best
this.
of show to figure out what we like best between like the two rounds, sort of. Does that make sense? Do we want to do that? Do we care?
Well, I thought she said there were going to be 2 boards in the first round, and then there's going to be another round.
Yeah,
Okay.
So then, are we going to find out at the end of the round,
at the very end of the show.
at the end of the show? I don't like you very much.
We're gonna be extremely wrong.
I'm
Are you guys
I'm
guessing?
gonna put this as Tecate.
Should I don't know enough about any of these.
I don't
beers
know,
to
I
guess.
said either, but I'm going with Jordan because
All
we're
right.
both matching on a 3. What is
I'm
gonna
wondering.
go-
I'm wondering if it could be the familiar.
Oh,
You know, I have never had that beer.
I've never had that.
And
Yeah,
I'm expecting it to be something like Corona, and this was nothing like Corona.
that was.
Yeah.
This didn't give me like.
It
super
was a
big-
little more of this flight is the most amber in color. I noticed that.
Oh yeah.
Are some of the Asian ones mixed in all of these? I think we can know that at least. Okay,
No.
so that's gonna be in
Okay.
the second half.
All right.
Okay.
The Asian will be at the end. Perfect.
All right, so
Good.
at least we know
That's-
that.
Oh, cool. Ruling out Asian beers.
No
Excellent.
Asian.
Oh, okay. I got to get that wet card.
But what about Tim's homebrew? Is Tim's homebrew
Tim's
thrown in
homebrew.
anywhere?
I think it's gonna go anywhere. Yeah.
So
So the biggest thing that I noted for number 3 here is that the carbonation level is quite a bit less than the first 2.
I'm not getting any
I
odor.
think I know
off
what
it all.
I know what's going to go with this.
Smells corny.
It's like really beautiful though in terms of the color.
Oh, it's super pale straw.
Might be the palest. I didn't notice it right away, but this might be the lightest colored one.
It tastes like, it smells and tastes like there's some non-traditional hops.
You 100% call that. Yeah. It tastes.
I don't know what hop that is that I'm picking out, but I've had it before.
It tastes. It tastes very familiar, and I think that this is Tim's homebrew.
That's
I was going to call it.
Yeah.
It's got a homebrew flavor to it. Not that that's a bad thing.
No.
Um,
The carbonation, I think, might be the dead giveaway. Plus, you absolutely call out non-traditional hops, which is really funny because I know for a fact that Tim added Motueka.
that would be it. Yeah.
so the other thing, I don't know, and I know Tim's not watching tonight, so he can't answer for us.
So we can talk shit about
We
it.
can talk shit.
We'll find out until later.
But I also, I feel like Tim, well, you know, Brian, does Tim do water treatment?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Because this water feels
Softer?
softer.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, oh, you are right here. So,
He tricked us. He said he wasn't going to listen tonight.
yeah. I think this water feels softer. Yeah.
This is like way different than the first two in terms of like just the finish,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It doesn't finish nearly as dry.
Which I actually kind of like.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think this this would make it stand out like in a homebrew competition for me a little bit. I'm not sure whether I don't know whether to call it appropriate or not, but I like it a lot. I think that if I drank this at the end of my flight, I'd be like, oh man, like this thing's like super good. Like this is way better than the other shit I've had because like I want something different. And I feel like I'd probably end up scoring it higher, even if like it may not taste quite as traditional as like these two here. So
I get
if this is his homebrew, I think it is though.
Yeah.
It's too strong. Yeah, the hop character is so much stronger than the other ones. Not very strong, but note within the style.
I think it's the difference of hops because like the first two that we had would have used a very similar hop profile.
And like
you know,
super
no-
unoffensive hop. This is almost compared to the other ones. I almost want to say funk, not bad, but like something with the hop is.
I get
It's more like
I think you use Motueka because it's supposed to have like a little bit of like a lime flavor.
that's where I was going. I was just gonna say like I get a slight like lime zest, lime
yeah,
peel, lime flavor,
That's
which
probably what I'm
could come
tasting.
from the
It's like
Motueka.
so
So
pithy bitterness almost. Not that that's a bad thing, but like that lime.
I still think I'm gonna put it in like a I don't know. I'm like I like it. It's a different mindset. It's compared to these other two. It's like a standout.
I will also say that I let this sit outside my basement door for like 4 hours in the sun this morning. Perfect. So we were trying to get that lightstruck character.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a.
so
I'm gonna
was
say
it was in a
six.
brown
That's
bottle.
where I'm
I'm
at.
guessing.
I'm higher than that.
You're higher than that.
I'm up to 7.
I give it a 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
out
down,
of the
like
first
6 or
3, I
7.
like this far more than the first 2. I don't know if it's necessarily as
I don't know who
on
makes
style
that
as
second
these,
beer,
but I like these better.
Somebody needs to talk
This
about
is no flaws compared to the first 2.
And your like timing is impeccable.
Tim says hammer it, it's okay. No, dude,
No, it's good. It's good.
it's actually really fun drinking this right next to those 2.
And I suppose Tim doesn't know for certain it's his. He doesn't
Yeah, you
know.
don't know.
Well, we don't know
Yeah.
for certain it says either.
Yeah.
I guess I was drinking it on Saturday though, and like I feel like it's the same beer.
I mean that the 2 things that, or I guess the 3 things that I would have knocked on it, as opposed to the beers in the other flights, is that you can see all these are pretty much the same colors. The color was pretty light. Carbonation was a little low. I mean, that could just be preference. I like my beers lower carb, so I'm just saying that into reference of the other beers that we had. And that choice of hop definitely made it stand out.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not sure if I liked it to style as much as like if I'm expecting to drink something like that. But it wasn't bad.
These all look.
I think if you didn't adapt it in the middle of other Mexican lager, would have come out better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or because it was because the
I think that's a frame of
non-traditional
mind
hop
thing.
flavor characteristic in there, and having it back to back to 2 other Mexican lagers,
Yeah.
it was more noticeable. So I do think it was easier to pick out the homebrew.
So Shannon just brought us the other 4 beers we're drinking. And, like I can't help but notice. I don't know if I can
They look identical.
like all
Yeah,
of
they all
these.
look
I'll
the
put it in the
exact
camera
angle.
right now. And for those listening to the podcast later, like I'm even trying to shine it into the light of my laptop, and like number 3 might be slightly darker,
Mhm.
but I think all the others are like,
Well, number 2's got a little bit of a
One
or I
shade-
guess
one
this would be
shade of
5.
orange.
yeah, for sure.
All right,
All right, let's get into 1.
number 4.
4, thank you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Number 4 smells like cereal. Like
Oh, yeah, I love that smell. Just off the nose, I kind of have an idea. It smells familiar.
Like all of these, it's so funny how like there can be one particular type of like
Very clean.
malt or smell or something, but like there's something that just pushes you towards like thinking like, oh yeah, I really want a lime with this. It's all like, and I don't know if I'm biased because I know what we're drinking. Like I know we're drinking Mexican lager, but like drinking this is not like drinking a Budweiser. Like there's a very distinct, different taste here that I want, like
Yeah,
that extra
that
bit of
citrus,
acidity with it or
that
something.
acid. Yeah.
Yeah.
This also gives me very much like a macro, like American macro vibes. But it's very clean. There's the finish. Like you're getting nothing.
I
Like on
kind
the
of
back.
get a slight lime flavor.
I wrote down Ghost of Skittles.
I get like a breakfast cereal sort of thing. Yeah.
There's a sweetness in the aroma, and it's the same character in the flavor. It's just like really like
I already made my guess.
it would be absurd like knowing how fruity and sour some beers out there are. It would be absurd to compare it to Skittles, and that's why I'm like, seriously, there's like a hint of like you smell the Skittles package
No,
on
totally.
the outside.
I don't know. Might be off on that.
For sure, my favorite so far. I think.
This one's your favorite so far?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I think so. So far for me, also.
I would not be surprised at all if that was Corona.
That was my
That's what I
guess.
guessed.
Yeah. Only because I don't know the taste of that beer really.
Wait a minute, but it's Corona Familiar. We're not tasting normal Corona. That's
Right,
not on
No,
the
it's
list.
not.
Right.
But I'm assuming that they're going to have a very similar,
They're gonna have that
like
similar.
Coors and Coors Banquet. I feel like you can still pick out
Those
amongst the crowd.
No, but I get that. I feel like this is like a not light struck version of Corona in my head. Is where I'm going with it. So I'm gonna say 7. It's tied with the first one.
I think that's what I'm giving it to. That's my highest rated so far.
I would want this to be just a little more carbonated, maybe, like a little more carbonated, a little more acidic, and I think maybe just some crave lime again or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna like 7-8. I'm really up there with liking this one a lot so
I was
far.
gonna say I feel like this is either Corona or El Presidente.
I don't
the
think it's
most
El Presidente. The more that we sit here and go through it, I actually am starting to think that number 1 was El Presidente.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, we have 3 more. So
I know. Number 1 was so light.
you and I just had one of those the other night, though, and I feel like I don't feel like we tasted that beer yet.
No,
But
these are so dark. I don't know.
they're not, though. I think it's just the wood.
Okay.
Bring it out of the wood.
Okay. Oh, you're right. I can see like that one
Yeah.
looks lighter. All
Yeah.
right. So maybe I feel better about it. I would like to, although Ham totally fucked me in the first show. I would like to think that I'm going to drink it and go. Let's,
That's what I'm waiting for with Pacifico because I went through a shit.
Did you?
I think I went through like a 12-pack every like week and a half for like most of this year so far.
Pacifico?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had it.
I've had it. I remembered it being very mild. I mean, maybe you shouldn't say too much because it will influence my guessing, but I remembered it being very mild. Like
There's a specific flavor that I feel like I'd be able to pick out in it. And I've gotten close, but there's a match between like the nose and the flavor that I'm looking for.
Okay.
And then again, maybe I should have some water to clean out my palate. 'Cause maybe
Yeah, I thought we had water. We never did it.
there's a glass over there.
Let's grab some plastic cups or whatever.
I was gonna say you got these out for us.
Oh, yeah.
So while we're
Shayna?
doing this,
Oh look,
is somebody
Waters,
hiding
please.
Easter eggs on
someone Molly, our friend Molly, is redecorating Krampus as the Easter Bunny.
Oh,
Hi, Molly.
Hi, Molly.
There's a
It's
thing.
this tap all the way.
Thank you, honey.
Uh,
Number 5.
yeah, number
yep,
5.
there we go.
So it still looks really light, very clean. This is more like the El Presidente one, I think. No, never mind. After tasting that, that's really, I don't like that. I don't know what that is.
It's kind of homebrewy too. It's sweet.
This has more of the cardboardy oxidation thing to me than
Oh really?
2 or 3 did. Oh yeah, there's something.
Almost a slightly savory aroma.
Yeah, something not super. It's not
Pizza
jiving with
crust.
me.
It reminds me of the book
Okay.
I was eating.
Yeah, no,
You were just
100%. I
eating
can totally see that.
Toasty. I mean, toasty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It does have some toasty or roasty characteristics to it. The hop is very subtle. Like it's not very hoppy at all.
Pizza.
Pizza.
I was like, maybe I'm hallucinating, but like I haven't eaten pizza since the last beer.
So when I drink this style of beer, what I want is to be refreshed, and this does not refresh me.
No. And Matt, you're absolutely right. I should not be using home brewery as a descriptor because we all make some amazing home brew beer.
And occasionally
But-
make some
but-
not so amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heavy-handed though is a good way to describe any homebrew where like I can't resist adding like a little bit of extra hops. Like,
Oh, my motto is like fucking go big or go.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks, Jenna. And that's what the last
Going in
homebrew
between two
beer
on
was.
this
It was
one.
just the hops were. It wasn't an inappropriate level of hops. It was just there's more hops.
this is not. I'm gonna give this.
I'm probably down in like a 4 with this.
I'm like a 4, 3 or 4 maybe.
And it's not like it's not good. Everything about this is well made. I
Yeah,
think.
you guys really don't like this. I actually don't mind this. I'm not getting the same flavor you guys are.
Don't care for it.
No, I wonder if this. I'm still trying to figure out which one could be Corona Familiar.
I'm gonna only because
The last one was so clean and crisp. I was like, I don't get why there'd be a difference.
This one's
between
also
that.
pretty lightweight. I don't feel like this would be considered like a full body.
So I don't know what Tecate tastes like.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. So I'm like, I've
already done
never
that.
Yeah,
never
you
tasted a beer like this. Well, I probably have, but like not out of the bar. or
It's
anything
not
like that.
Pacifico.
And I've never had that.
Oh, I
before, so
didn't.
I'm gonna
That's
go
my
with
Dos
that.
I want-
Equis.
I'm going
Yeah,
actually.
I vaguely
Pacifico
remember
and El
Tecate is
Presidente.
closer to an American
It is
adjunct.
not. El Presidente.
Okay.
No,
No.
no,
No.
maybe it's
No.
Dos Equis. I just wrote down the 2 here, and I'm going to go.
I
through these
haven't had
last
a
2.
Dos Equis in a long time, but I thought I remember really liking it. I drank a lot of Dos Equis in Cancun too, but
This
Could-
is not.
could-
this
that
is-
was also 20 years ago.
Could Dos Equis be more Heineken-like? I wonder.
There, maybe.
That would be a way to describe it. That was the Heineken of this lineup.
Well, no, I mean I was referring to the first one, the very first
Oh.
beer.
All I have left to assign out is El Presidente. And
I'm down to El Presidente and Pacifico.
I assigned out Pacifico already. El Presidente and Dos Equis. Yeah, those are the last 2 I have. So I don't know. This could be any. As we found out in the September show, it could be anything.
Okay, number 6 is weird. That is not anything I've ever had.
That's Presidente, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. This is far more bright, right?
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
That's what that is.
this is way more brighter. This is chuggable beer.
It's gonna get a 9.
It's got it's got a little bit of apple. It's got a little apple in there.
Okay.
It does.
I'm getting something like
Yeah.
different in this. This is a
Little
definitely
cider.
standout.
In a good way.
It's like crushable, hot poolside beer.
Tim says he's going to use homebrew on his next score sheet. I hope that's
Matt.
yours, Jason.
Yeah, cidery.
Both in both aroma and
Yeah.
body.
Mhm.
This is not a beer that's well cared for.
yeah.
It is beat up
in the best possible way.
in the best possible way. I mean, it's in the fucking beautiful Caribbean islands. It's just treated like shit.
Before I make my final decision, I want to.
Oh no, I'm going in on it. I'm gonna be totally wrong and pissed off.
Let's just be Pacifico.
Number 10 has like
I don't
a
think it is though.
number 10 has a Vienna like toasty thing going on for sure.
Number 6?
Or
Number 6.
number 7.
Yeah.
No, I
Wait,
moved
did
on
you
to
skip
the last
ahead?
one. I did because I was like,
Okay.
I don't want to assign what I think number 6 is without tasting number 7 now.
Fair enough.
And number 7, just skipping ahead, is very, very toasty to me. Having just made a Vienna lager, like that thing is.
Kind of thin
Toasty.
pizza crust.
that
So
was it, you
number
didn't want
7
that.
has to be Pacifico in my.
So I'm gonna go Dos Equis on 7 because
Oh
that's all I
my
have
God.
left. But I think I think 6 might be the El Presidente.
Sorry if I just burped right into a microphone.
I have
At
no
home, I-
idea what El Presidente tastes like.
He says it tastes like vacation, and I want to chug this like I was on vacation. So I'm gonna go with your description there, Jason.
I feel like that's El
Why the hell
Pres.
not?
There's a, not that I'm saying, I'm going to go with El Presidente, which is going to force Pacifico to be this one, but the flavor in there, I'm not. a huge
I mean,
fan
when they're
of.
restocking your mini bar at the resort, and this beer is sat out in 100-degree sun for 6 hours while the maid meanders through, that's what it reminds me of. It beat to hell, but it's still good.
All right, well, I've
Number
got-
7, you think this does qualify as maltier than?
It's toastier. That tastes like Vienna malt.
Like
Tell
a
me-
refined kind of,
Tell me
a
number
good
7.
kind of.
Yeah.
Please.
Would you please him?
Wait, and Jordan's a Pacifico expert.
Oh.
I don't think it is. It
I
might be, though.
called 2 Pacifico, but I don't know what Pacifico tastes like. So this is me.
I
just
didn't
randomly
get,
finding
like,
things.
the flavor that I was looking for out of any of these.
Does 7
so-
not smell like a piece of like fucking toast to you guys?
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's just like I don't know which of these has that. This is supposed to be that, but I'm drinking this completely blind. Like this smells and drinks closer to a Vienna lager. It's obviously the wrong color, but
I do enjoy the
Knowing
lagers, which could
that-
be why.
Corona Familiar is supposed to be more malty and
okay. So
forward.
maybe this is it.
I'm switching, so
So that means
actually
I gotta put
shuffling this
Pacifico up
around.
here.
Okay, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna swap out number 4 for Dos Equis.
You're gonna say this is Corona.
so I went number 4 with Pacifico then, which makes this
Corona.
Corona.
All right.
Thinking about it too much.
Yeah, I am going to say it's 7 Corona based on refined malty character.
Yeah. Is that what the description of the website said? Refined multi-character.
Refined multi-character. Yeah,
All right, I got my scores.
I do too. I haven't given this a score.
I haven't either. I really like this, but I don't know if it's like international pale lager. Like, I'm probably 7-ish there. I'm probably like 8 to 9-ish on number 6.
I'm gonna go back and readjust. I'm gonna give number 1 an 8, and this was 7.
I don't not like number 7. It's just not as
No,
number 6 was the most crushing.
it's not as refreshing. Yeah,
Refreshing.
crushable. Right. It's maltier and it's heavier.
Like
Out of the lineup.
if I'm sitting on the beach or at a pool or like mowing my lawn or something, like the one I want most so far, I think is number 6.
All right.
I think.
With a tie for 4 and the
So
6
are
for
you
me.
gonna tell us?
At the very end, we get to know.
I thought she was gonna. You said you're gonna tell us after
I
the.
feel- yeah.
the
Well, here's the thing. Do we want to pick our favorite out of all 10, or do we want to pick our? Do you want to do like a best of show thing? Because we can't do a best of show, if we know what all these are.
All right.
We don't have to.
Whatever you want. This is funny though. On a normal show, we can just like take ourselves off camera to step away for a second. I can't now,
No.
but I'm not going to take the microphone with me. So
Why, you don't want us to listen to you? The market for that, Jason.
We were thinking about buying catheters for the show. We opted not to. Yeah, it's all about this. Yeah, 100%. So was right at Meyer. That was just at Meyer. And Matt Mead says we can do a mini boss. I don't even know if we need to do a mini boss.
I've got a tie on my top 2,
So probably 6 and something else, 6 and 4.
6 and 4. for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. What are your top 2, Ted?
I really like number 1
Okay.
and number 4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we all have 4, so maybe
I gave 4 and 8.
Can you see Jason's notes?
Yeah, let's see here. So number 6 and number 1.
What do you give number 4?
7.
Okay.
And that's there's 2 tied for 7 there.
Oh, you like number 1 a lot too. Okay.
But number 1's pretty high too. I might
So I think maybe we do like a best of show. We pull 3 of these and 1 from the next flight because that's a
So
really
4
small
of them?
flight.
Yeah, I like
We
that.
just
I like
gotta figure
that.
out what we like best.
Oh, dang. I realized Soul. I have not voted for Soul. I'm trying to figure out.
Oh,
I put that one as the first one, but like
so I think 1, 4, 6. Yeah, 1, 4, and 6 I think are the highest rated out of this.
So for me, 1 and 6.
Yep. And Jordan and I both like 4 and 6 a lot.
Yep.
And Ted like 1 and 4.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, 1 and 4.
So I think we pull 1, 4, and 6 back at the end of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're gonna pull 1 from the last bit that we tried. We'll do like a best of show
Okay.
out of that.
So I know that we only had 3 Asian beers, and there's 4 beers in this flight. So you're
Oh, that's
fucking
weird.
with us. Oh, that's weird. You're a douche.
blind.
Okay.
How did that happen? Okay.
Did Brian short and shoddy a lager too?
None of these are mine. None of these are mine. Everything else is commercial. Considering if for sure that 1 beer was Tim's.
Thank you.
So there's
I did
4 in this
reckon.
one, right?
Yeah, and Matt is saying careful. Might want to revisit number 1 as it was the first pour and could be biased. So I'm totally with you, and I think we're going to anyway. I mean, we're going to pull it anyway because
So since I'm the only one in the fight right now, I don't know if you guys can see, but 1 is drastically different.
oh, what's going on with that? Why is number 1 so different?
The other 3.
That's so weird.
I can't tell.
That was a,
Brian, you've
that's
got
a weird
something on
color.
your sleeve
That's a
here.
weird color. What's going on?
It's mead. No.
I was just gonna
It is
say.
not mead, I promise. We're not
All
going
right.
too crazy. Thank you.
Should we vote to just
Oh.
automatically move it to the end of the line?
No.
I think
This is
I'm
gonna be our
on
ballot.
to you. I'm on to your tricks. I think I know what it is.
Donka.
What could this
I don't
be?
know what that is.
What could this be? I
Did
say
you
we,
give us a suicide glass?
No,
Just
I-
like
I-
a little bit of.
I say we figure out what this is before we move on to our 3 other beers here.
I feel like it is a suicide class.
It sounds like
It's not a suicide.
my
class.
initial thing is like it'd be funny if we brought in Budweiser to all this.
What does everybody in chat think? If I were to bring a beer today, out of all days, for somebody to taste,
I
what,
know.
what would it be?
I
What would it
know what
be?
it is. I know what it is. I know what it is now.
On this beautiful Monday
This
in Kalamazoo?
local holiday that we have.
It's changed. I did
Yep.
not see
Now
that in the case, but happy Oberon.
Happy Oberon.
Happy Oberon Day. Cheersies.
Ted, you're chewing your notes.
Which is funny because I had 2 of these before I came.
I had not had an Oberon today. I was busy, and
This is over.
it is over.
Yeah.
I can't finish
That
out
looks
today without
drastically
not having
different. Huh. I wonder why that is.
Ah,
Yeah.
haze.
Happy Oberon.
I think you have to end the bottle, maybe.
Well, it's like from Jason's, I couldn't tell. It was like,
Oh yeah, no, it must be lighting
Yeah.
because from over here it was like that was murky and weedy.
Yeah.
That's cute.
this is familiar.
So before we started the show, Jason was in the cooler, like digging through bottles, and I'm like,
I was just
get out of my bottles.
because in your list you left off Dos Equis, and I'm like,
Oh.
I know there's another beer.
Okay.
So I went to look in the cooler because I'm like, I know I bought another beer. And then they're yelling at me like, get out of there. But you had it in like a paper bag. didn't
Yeah,
you?
I covered those bottles up with paper
I
in case
didn't-
anybody wanted to start rooting around through
Right,
the cooler.
because I was looking for the Dos Equis. It's your fault.
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Say hi
no worries, no
I'm gonna-
worries.
Gonna say hi to Melanie.
Yep, 100%.
Um,
So Ted has somebody here redecorating. So he has this. Here, we'll
Yeah,
take a
show
small
off the
break.
Krampus.
He has this Krampus guy up here. I can't really zoom in, but
it was decorated for St. Patrick's Day.
it was.
And
Yeah.
now it's being decorated
For
for
Easter. So you might have to find the video on YouTube later and zoom in or something. But
I should bring Charlie here. So I showed him 2 pictures of Krampus, like around Christmas time. He's been obsessed with Krampus ever since then. Like anytime he sees a little monster thing, he's like, "Oh, it's Krampus." I'm like, "Why do you think that?"
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's just
That's awesome.
so the person decorating that is here. Just gonna go talk for a bit.
Yeah, somebody was up there playing with Krampus's eggs.
it's that kind of show.
You have
So-
the interlude talk.
The interlude time. So the next 3, now that we're down to the past the shenanigans, we've got 3 Asian
Specifically,
Sapporo,
Sapporo, Asahi, and Tsingtao.
Tsingtao.
I think I've had a Sapporo once.
I don't know if I've had any of these. I feel like I probably have.
It's because you don't eat sushi.
Oh, but I love sushi so
Even.
much.
I
usually
don't
get sake.
love it, but I will eat some. It has to be tempura, like
Oh,
fried.
sure, it has to be cooked and not sushi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about the crunch.
But no, I mean, so if you go to like sushi restaurants, you're going to get acai or Sapporo. I don't know that I've ever had Tsingtao.
Okay.
But I've drank plenty of acai and Sapporo at sushi restaurants.
Yeah, so I think the only time I've had a Sapporo, if I've had Sapporo more than once, it's at a sushi restaurant.
It's funny, like when we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, I happened to be in the local Asian market, Pacific Rim, and they had like this whole shelf, and they had a couple other varieties. I don't know if they had lion or something, but I'm standing in line with my youngest, waiting to get ramen, and I'm like, look at all this Asian beer. We got to do this. You know, we got to add this to
Is it ramen or is it ramen? Because you always say that. You always say
Ramen.
ramen.
Are you a pastafarian?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know if like us, like as Americans, are saying that wrong, and you're like,
Is it ramen or ramen?
I don't know. Because you've had some of the best stuff around, like out like in
Oh
California.
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. But I don't know how it's. I don't talk to them. I just
Oh.
don't-
I just embrace my whiteness. and
Amy
say ramen.
points out that I draw out my A's anyway. She says that I say dollar funny. That I say instead of
Say it again.
dollar
That sounds right.
As long as you say bag and bagel, right?
bag bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baguette and bagel.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so it's either ramen or ramen.
Charlevoix. Charlotte.
Yeah. Charlotte who? Where was I? Oh, anyway, I go back to the store to buy us a nice flight of Asian beer, and they were fucking sold out. Like all of it. Yeah. So I was like,
demand.
I don't know what the hell happened. So our choices were like they had Sapporo and Sapporo Light, but they didn't want to bring a light beer into the game. And then I think I had to go down to Hoffman's to get Asahi. So anyway, these should all be crispy, light, refreshing, rice forward lagers. I don't know about.
Whereas the Mexicans were
Seems
probably corny.
Yeah, Mexicans are
okay.
definitely going to be corny, corn forward, which I really do like. On the notes here, I've got a lot of like corn odor, corn flakes. Did I say odor?
One of these I had very like breakfast cereal-y.
Breakfast
like,
cereal.
Yeah.
I think that was one that Ted said that were like Skittle like.
I think that was the one that I have as Pacifico as being breakfast cereal-y.
Matt Mead and
Makes sense.
Chad saying sushi with a dry beer.
Yeah, no, sushi with a dry beer is great. Yeah, you want that. It's funny because you either want that like clean, crisp, dry, rinse off the palate, or you go with sake, which is more of that like bomb on the palate, like and high alcohol, to strip
Ethanol sweetness.
the fatness from it. Which, while I was there looking at these empty beer shelves next to really full sake shelves, I did think like, well, we can do fucking sake blind taste test. Like,
I've always wanted to make sake.
I don't know
ever since
anything
I've
about it.
started brewing, it's been on my list.
Okay.
so
And I've never ventured into it.
I believe it was last year's Homebrew Fest. It could have been the year before. Michelle Matt from KGOB
Yeah.
made sake. And actually had a little talk about how to make sake. I think it's like getting the koji and, like letting the rice ferment and go through that koji phase. And then,
They also have like very specific type of yeast that you
Yeah.
have to use, or the
Yeah.
yeast balls.
So anyway, reach out to Michelle Matt.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it even sake that she made, or was it like, I feel like she called it something different? Because it was only like, I don't think it was like super strong. And she said she like fucked it up like the first time too, I think. Like,
It
I
seemed
don't know what
like
it
the few
was.
times I've read on it, like I've read on it numerous times throughout being a brewer, and every time I read about it, I'm like, this seems kind of intimidating for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, even
like Matt Mead calls out that it requires fungus and a temp moisture control, and that's
Yeah.
the fungus is that koji. That's the
Yep.
you got to buy the koji. You got to let it like grow that mold,
Mhm.
and then you ferment it with.
it's like
your
making
yeast.
what's that called, a tempa or something.
Yeah,
like
tempa.
that.
Tempa use koji. Koji is that umami characteristic. I think when you take it to the savory side. But no, I think I'm pretty positive she did sake. I know that she's done multiple things. She did a bucha once, which bucha is fucking disgusting. I don't care who you are. Bucha tastes like vomit. But yeah, so should we just go in?
I got a bunch of time off now, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll just try. I'll try making some sake.
Well, Ted will be back in a bit. Let's dig into number, I guess, 8 here, which is going to be the
Number 8. Number 8, automatically dry, crispy,
Wow.
like astringent compared to the other ones.
Yeah, very very like powerful.
Can't
nose.
say astringent on the nose. It's a mouthfeel.
Okay, what is the nose of astringency? What's its
I don't think
that?
there is.
There's got to be.
I know what
Astringency is
you're
more like
talking about.
it's like a feeling. Maybe it just smells like it's dry.
You taste
I
it.
guess you
Your
can't
nose.
smell dry either.
A lot of your flavor comes through your nose.
I know what you're saying though. I want to say like,
Like if
Alright.
you smell something, you feel
Hey,
it dry
Google.
mouth.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I know you can't do it, but after smelling this, like I want to agree with Jason. Like it smells like this.
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
do this.
I'm sorry, Jason. I don't know. I didn't mean to call you out.
I'm gonna go through each one of these and kind of go work back and forth.
Yeah, you want to just do that?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know much about these, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
You're wrong. The definition of astringent has an odor descriptor.
I believe you.
It does.
Thank
It
you,
does
Google.
in the dictionary, Cambridge. Having a slight dry, sour, slightly bitter taste or smell.
Well, fuck me. Yeah. Okay.
Phone drop.
There it
Yes,
is.
Jesus.
I was going to say no. Astringent. You taste with your nose like astringent. That's astringent.
Okay.
That
I'm
is
gonna
Wait,
take that
you
and
taste with your nose?
plant it in my.
Start snorting bourbon.
Plug your nose and drink, and you won't taste half of it. 2/3 of what's in there.
It could be. My nose is a little plugged. So thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
I don't love this.
The other day, side note, funny story, opened a fresh bottle of sriracha, and it has one of those like vacuum seal caps on it.
Yeah.
My hands are full, and it's my sriracha, so I don't give a fuck. So I went and I grabbed it with my teeth, and I peeled it off, and it popped a knob of sriracha right out of my nostril.
No.
And sriracha's not hot, you know that, but in your fucking
I was
nostril.
gonna say once you get on that soft tissue.
Oh, yeah. Delicious.
That meat says my BJCP.
Judges revoked.
Yeah. That's fine.
So this is boring. It's thin. It's dry.
It's a little. There's like a cleaner element, or like a
Not a
fusel,
clean
or
element, a cleaner.
Yeah.
Right? Chemically.
it's there's something chemical
Yeah.
weird in this.
Let's see, I hate it when people say that because I've learned I'm almost blind to those flavors.
Like higher alcohols, maybe a little bit,
Or like that nail polishy
yeah.
type flavors. Yeah.
That's what
Never got.
there's like ethyl acetate.
You were the one who showed that to me because you brought a beer over to my place when I was barbecuing a number of years ago. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, this is messed up. I'm like,
Yeah, that was nail polish.
yeah,
right
it was
there. I
like
think I still have
you got
couple
nail
bottles.
polish and like burn sprays. Like, oh, that tastes like nail polish. I tasted it. I'm like, it tastes great. Like I get nothing. Like,
What's
like-
that funny? What's that flavor you get off Diamond though? That's like Brian and I don't get.
He gets acidity.
You get
acetyl-
acidity.
acetaldehyde.
Yeah.
No,
apple.
Well, that may be, but like specifically off of Diamond, you have told me that it tastes like tart
Off of what?
diamond yeast.
Oh yes, yes, yep. Yep.
You've told me that you get like tartness off of that, which like if you go and look at Walnon's like flavor chart for that yeast, like
It's like
it has like the tiniest little
flavor.
pit. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that. Yeah. Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's before like you ever looked at that chart.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to like look at it, and it's like just a little,
Yeah.
a little tick of it. Could be a little more acidic.
So I'm gonna say this. To me, it's like a 4.
Yeah, I'm not super digging number 8, but I'm gonna reserve judgment until I go through the rest of these. Probably.
Dry. It's weird.
I'm taking my guesses first as to I only know one of the 3 beers, maybe.
I don't feel like it's. So I'm familiar with acai and Sapporo,
Okay.
and I don't feel like it's either of those. So I have to
Really?
go. I have to go with things out.
See, I've tasted all of them, so
Really?
yeah, I just went through and tasted them. It was just
We only just started tasting these. Then.
Oh, okay.
So
Tell
you're
us how much you love number 1.
good. Don't bias him.
I asked him, but I don't know as much.
Oh, number 1, Oberon. Yeah.
No, not Oberon. We're past Oberon.
Oh, number 1. Number
Yeah.
1 from before. Okay, the original.
No, the new flight of 3. The first
Okay,
one.
so Oberon does not
I'm sorry, it
count.
would be number 8. Yeah, Oberon's out of there. Brian's a funny guy. Number 8.
Yeah, these are virtually the same.
Yeah. They all taste distinctly different, though.
Cool.
I'm gonna reserve my judgment. I'm not,
Oh, you
I'm not
both
gonna,
went ahead. I
I'm not
haven't gone
gonna
ahead.
say any more comments.
Oh, that's right. So these are all Japanese.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to implant flavors or anything in your head here. I mean, I do, because I have my preferences.
And if you've already discussed it, I'll just say random things like
You can totally say random things.
hint of skunk. Number 8,
Yeah.
hint of skunk. And I say hint only compared to like known skunky beers. Like
Yeah.
number 1, I thought was definitely more skunky.
Number 1 had.
Heineken. I set Heineken as the skunkiest beer I'm aware of intentionally being skunky.
I get to that.
yeah. When I was in the Netherlands, I wanted to go there because they said it wasn't skunky, and then once I actually got there and started talking to the Dutch, they were like, "Don't go there." Okay, so I didn't go.
Really?
Yeah,
I heard they have like a really fun like a beer tour.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard
I
it was really
did
cool.
it when I
Like,
was 17.
Don't they have
Yeah.
like a roller coaster or something weird?
I
Or
don't,
maybe that's something they have now.
I don't think. Shit, I'd go back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think there's some sort of like weird like ride.
there was there was a
Yeah.
ride-esque thing. It was not an actual ride
Yeah.
on wheels. It was more like maybe there was some type of like, I don't know, one of those like you walk through a tunnel and there's a revolving thing.
Oh,
Kind of.
maybe that's it.
There,
Okay.
there was a house of mirror. There were bubbles. I think you pretended to be
It's
a
like
beer.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you been
It was
to,
Willy Wonka
have you
vibes.
been to the Guinness factory in Ireland?
No.
No. Dang it. I want somebody to like draw a parallel because I went to the Netherlands and Ireland, and I didn't do Heineken, but I did do Guinness. And I've seen online that somebody kind of compare the two, so I'm kind of sad that I didn't do Heineken. But it was also like the people I knew that were there told us like, "Oh, don't do that. That's just super touristy and whatever." And it was also like a 2-hour wait for us to get in when we got there. So
sure.
like, whatever. So we opted out of it, but we'll just have to go back. I've got these ranked.
Are we talking about number 9?
Yes.
What did you think of number 9?
It's my favorite. It's the only one that didn't have something wrong with it, in my opinion.
I rated that as my favorite too.
I did not. I mean, out of the 3?
Out of the 3.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Yeah. Out of the 3 so far. I haven't tried them.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. Out of the 3, to me, number 6 back in Mexican, I think was my favorite. But
I will give you that. Out of the 3 Japanese, number 9 has the best flavor. Number 10 is like Return of the Skunk.
yeah, that's been the skunkiest beer for me tonight
Yeah.
by far.
Really?
It's the callback to number 1. It is number 1's Asian cousin. I don't want to be
I rated that
racist.
as my second
Well,
favorite.
we might have to go back and like. I don't think we're gonna revisit number 1, but yeah, it's to the best of my memory.
I thought number 1 was on the revisit list.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100% is. Yeah, it's
one
gonna be
before
one of our
and
mini
six.
boss.
But where number 1 was like skunky in a fun, loving way, I feel like number 10 is kind of.
Brian, do you get any like table mead vibes from number 9?
I chugged it because I
What-
liked it.
what were you saying?
So like
No.
table mead. So like I think it has a little bit of a honey aroma.
Okay.
I feel like it's very dried out.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering if this is like a more heavily like rice adjuncted one.
I rated that as my second lowest out of everything. So
Number 9.
yeah, wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and, I mean, and to be honest, like I think like table meads can often have like kind of like a papery. I mean, like very
Yeah.
thin papery kind of.
That's kind of why it was like very like there was a lot of bitterness up front on it, but nothing that really followed that up. It just kind of seemed lackluster.
Yeah.
Like there was just like there was no strength to the beer. Like I'd rather have a beer that's a little more delicate in its flavors, and those flavors kind of follow you through, through your tasting journey,
Sure.
if you will, rather than a beer that just punches you in the face with flavor. And
I see what you mean by like
Okay,
the
okay.
relative amount of bitterness up front
Yeah.
compared to the body as a.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And even as skunky as number 10 was, I don't hate it for that.
No.
I actually like that still way more than number 8.
Yeah, number 8 sucked.
Whatever was up with that. I guess we'll have to figure out
My turn.
which one of these maybe what. Right?
It's because it was astringent. I mean, in the palate. So if we're going to do best of show, we're going to do what, like the 2 best out of the first flight and then number 9? Or
Well, it depends because Jordan really didn't like number 9.
Jordan's number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan didn't even fucking document. Jordan's like, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, here it is.
yeah, 10 might be above Heineken.
Yeah. No, it's Jason said Return of the Skunk. Yeah.
So in the Japanese flight, Jordan's was number 8. Mine was number 9. yours was number 9?
Yes. I like 9 the best.
I liked 8.
8?
That was balanced.
Let's just pull 8 and 9 then.
All right, so 1 and
1, 4, 6, 8, 9. And that gives us a full flight.
Shayna. You're right. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. Can we do a little mini boss?
It's not a mini boss
Well,
because it's 5 fucking beers.
Did you? If we have any of those left?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we have 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. And if not, then I guess we get to.
So we're going to talk about the next show since we have a minute to kill now.
So we have a list of stuff that we've been meaning to go after for a while.
Most of it sucks.
We have Big Brew Day coming up. I don't know if that's necessarily something we need to talk to. I know we wanted to talk to Brian and Aaron from KVCC.
If we can set that up, yeah.
So that we still have to set up hopefully soon. I've been talking to Aaron lately because we want we're trying to get like a KVCC Keepers of Craft collaboration Big Brew Day thing going on. So
That'd be fun.
Yeah, Shanna kind of came up with that idea, and I reached out to Aaron. We've been trying to figure that out. I mean, there's still homebrew review shows.
So we do. So I do. Since he was watching earlier, I do want to call out Matt Mead and thank him again for being on the show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Helping me design the mead that I'm going to be brewing here in a couple of weeks.
3 months out, 4 months out, maybe we'll have a tasting episode for that.
Yeah. So we did have on the list. We had a clone recipe show.
Oh yeah.
Where I think the intent there was to kind of talk about and try a beer and then create the recipe that we think would match that beer and then go off and brew it and then come back and try it compared to.
Yeah.
That might be fun.
Great. What kind of beers would we like to do for that?
If we did a clone beer,
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of options, right?
the popular one to do around here, of course, is
Two
Hearted.
Hearted. Yeah. That's the first thing that came to mind when thinking about it, but I didn't know if we wanted to do something.
But I think it's
so
too easy.
overdone.
Like I think everybody knows the Two Hearted recipe. You
Yep.
know? So like we get.
Or you can beat it, don't clone it.
Well, but that's the whole point is trying to come up with something that's close to. And when we actually have access to, all the fucking Centennial hops and the Bell's yeast, I don't know that Two Hearted would be difficult to come up with.
Jason Glatz is pretty much, he's like 95% of the way there. I don't remember if you tasted his last attempt, but it was basically Too Hard. It was very, very good.
Here's one,
Oh, you're good.
like number one.
Number one?
The number one that you
Number one.
Okay.
Here.
Perfect. What if we did a dark beer though?
Yeah. So I'm doing, I'm brewing an international dark lager right now to try to do a Modelo Negra clone.
Oh,
I was just gonna say, what if we did something that was like an international standard? First thing that came to mind was like Sam Smith's.
What
Porter,
if
but
we try to clone the winner of tonight's?
that would be so difficult.
Yeah.
Right?
You'd end up making a different beer in the selection. Just by accident, you end up with another one which would be randomly closer to a different
Yeah,
thing in the same spectrum.
probably something I'd rate it another 5. I'm wondering. I don't know if I like this style.
It was a bad idea. Matt says that we should do Founder's Dirty Bastard. I don't want to do that style.
I love Dirty Bastard, but we're coming into spring.
Yeah.
I don't want to be drinking a Scotch ale.
Well, a big one like that.
Number four.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Spin's on tap right now.
They did
Did
bring
they
that
bring that
back.
back?
Yes, they did.
What is
This
so?
is number 4.
I don't really like it. It was a rye pale.
Yeah,
That could be fun.
I've got rye at home too. So
What's on tap?
Smith.
Oh, at Bell's.
Yeah.
Smitten was back in the day my favorite Bell's beer.
Huh. That could be
Did
fun
they
because
change
I don't know a whole lot about it really.
I haven't tried it this year. Last year, well, it's hard to say, right? Because they
Seems
took
like a
like a
rye
3-year
pale.
gap, and so memory is hard to
Yeah.
pull and fuck with.
that's true.
Not
Yeah.
full IPA.
I
kinda
really,
smart.
I really enjoyed it last year.
Now Matt's saying blind pig because we totally want to take on Russian River.
I don't think I've ever had.
I haven't had it either, so that would also be hard. But I know that's.
I feel like we have to have
that's
a show where we like if we're gonna do this, we have to have a show where we taste it, break it
Yeah.
down, build the recipe.
I mean, I'm sure we can find somebody over there to send us some bottles or something.
I could.
Yeah, you have people.
That people.
The beer mob.
We were out in California together a couple of years ago, and we stopped into some like deli that was also like a liquor store / like store that sold like they had a really good selection of beer.
It was a tap house. It had double dry hop Pliny on.
Yeah. You could just sit down and order a sandwich and get a double dry hop Pliny, and they had like all the Pliny you wanted just like sitting in the fridge. And Jason's like, should I just like buy a case and like have somebody ship it back home for me? Like,
Which I have a guy.
we just don't get that out
Number
here.
6.
Number 6.
You watched Silicon Valley, right?
Matt says he can get us a case or a case.
Number 6. Number 6. Number 6.
Thank you.
Oh,
honey.
number 6. So you have 1, 4, 6. This is
Yeah,
what
we're
doing?
going to have 1, 4, 6, 8, and 9.
Oh shit!
Oh, 8 and 9.
Because
So-
you like
You're good,
8,
Matt.
and I like 9.
Smitten might
That's
be
true.
Smitten might be fun just because it's more local and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay doing a Russian River, but yeah, we would have to get it shipped. And I do have contacts that would definitely ship a case of Pliny or Blind Pig to us. It's not hard to get. I worked in California for 20 years.
I've had Blind Pig in Michigan, I think, but like Pliny was, I did successfully find it when I was in California like 7 years ago.
Mhm.
But like I was on a mission, I had to go to like a few different liquor stores to find it. But I appreciate in Silicon Valley there are multiple shots where they have a case of Pliny in the background.
I don't know if I saw.
So
that.
I can't
That's
put
funny.
this on air, but
love
here's
that
my
show.
buddy's shop.
Sitting unrefrigerated though.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
There's a refrigerated one too. Oh, here. Let's try to show the line of Pliny.
Too hard, it's technically rated higher now.
And
Well,
actually,
they used to really have a hard time getting Pliny out in California.
You should have 8.
I apparently sure meant 8.
not Oberon.
Oh, sorry. So
So it'd be
9
9
and
and
10.
10. Yeah, we skipped Oberon.
we
Oberon didn't count.
yeah, we I'll drink more Oberon later for sure.
Absolutely.
Which, by the way, only tastes good packaged out of bottles. I do not like canned Oberon,
I did
and
not.
I will take it to my like whatever like
To the grave.
to the grave. That canned Oberon tastes better than bottled Oberon, and is
Yeah,
Terrible.
I bought a 12 pack of cans today. I'm gonna have to buy 6-pack bottles and have them back to back just to see.
at least in previous years. I don't know what it is. I
Do you
just
get
swear
yeast
there's a
sediment in both?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Shit,
So
yeah.
when we tried that earlier, I didn't really care for it. But I'm also not a huge Oberon fan.
It didn't have the orange.
But then we had, we had John Mallett on the show, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
3 years ago.
That was an interesting show.
It was an
Yeah.
interesting show. And we talked to him, like everybody says it every year, everybody says it's changed. It's different, and John got kind of pissed about it. Like,
I don't
He did.
understand what every fucking beer I brew is different. I know why though. 'Cause
Well-
there are tweaks and
I know.
But like beer is very agriculture dependent,
yeah.
right? Like agriculturally dependent. Like, but Bell's is also big enough where like they can pick up their crops to like try to make sure that their
And
flavor stays
they've got
consistent.
tasters and
Yeah,
chemists and,
yeah.
and Bell's is trying to like be consistent year over year. And I don't know, if a lot of people in Michigan don't know this, but they brew Oberon all year round. It doesn't fucking stop.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It goes down to
It's-
Texas
yeah,
and someplace else, right?
Florida.
Florida.
Texas,
Yeah.
Florida, California, anywhere, any of the southern states get it year round.
It's the real number.
So it's not like they've stopped and changed shit, but it really is in your head. The mood, this is what John was like. It's your place in the world, it's your time in the world, or whatever.
Yep.
And your mentality. And maybe some of that's true, but that fucking tasted different. Like,
I really wish I could go back and like I wish I could have like a 2007 Oberon like freshly brewed as
Yeah.
opposed to today, because I feel
Totally.
like back in the day there was like it was different, but I can't be sure because half the time I was drunk in college.
Yeah.
So
One thing I've noticed, so they're not bottle conditioning it, but they're making sure that it has yeast in it. Like the yeast is like,
they're not filtering.
yeah, it's not, and different bottles get different amounts of yeast. And I did a beer, so it was like 2016 or something, and I had multiple friends working in IT at Bell's, at IT, like in Comstock, and we were just casually drinking Oberons like on their porch. We pulled out the bottles. We were literally passing around bottles from the same 6-pack, and there was consensus that there were 3 different distinct
Flavors.
Oberon
Yeah,
tastes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we looked at the bottles, and they must have been like pretty well like mixed up, because from that run of the tank or whatever, there were noticeably different amounts of yeast sediment. So like that's got to make a difference, like how much.
100%.
Thank you.
And I feel like some of the beers that I have had from Cells in the last couple of years
Number 9.
have had like I think really sensitive to the flavor of like yeast when it's in suspension.
Mhm.
Because I sort of get like a very rubbery, like almost gasoline sort of like taste from some specific Bell's beers. And I wonder if sometimes it's just that I'm drinking like stuff in the bottom of a keg or stuff in the like
Just that
shit
yeast-
out of a
yeast
bottle run or
growth
something. Yeah.
whatever.
And I wonder if that's what I don't like sometimes when I have some of their beer. But we have our full flight now. We have
All right,
we
yeah.
have our beer
So
list.
the first 3 were Mexican, and it is in our flight order. It was number 1, number 4, and number 6. And then the second 2 were from the Asian, which was number 8 and 9. So we still don't know what they were yet. I think we need to try to move through this a little quicker.
Yeah.
And pick your favorite out of the
Yeah,
first 3 and
that's
out of
fine.
the
I know we're
22.
going on like almost an hour and a half now.
No, I'm just saying, but like I don't want to.
We don't have to go through and discuss each beer again.
Yeah.
For sure.
Number 1 still has that.
And I am going to go through and read my notes for each of these, though.
Number 1 was the light skunk.
I did say light skunk too. But it's not nearly as skunky, supposedly, as.
I feel like 1's like a weird underdog. Like I really enjoy number 1, but it's probably like less refined, like less.
so I'm actually switching. I'm switching my guess on one of my beers on this again off of that initial
Sure.
taste.
Yeah.
I'm holding true. To me, number 6 is fucking El Presidente, and it's my favorite.
That's what I'm. I'm going with number 1 is Pacifico now.
That is.
Pacifico has jumped 3 spots.
I have number 1 as Soul. I don't know
I
either.
just switched Soul.
I don't
and
know Soul and
Pacifico.
Pacifico either.
I know Pacifico. I don't know Soul. And the first thing that I tasted when I tasted number 1, I was like, that tastes good. That tastes familiar.
Yeah. I think number 6 is my favorite too.
What's your favorite then out of the first 3? 1, 4, or 6?
Right now, I'm going to have to go 1.
1.
Yeah.
So you're both 1.
I think most
I'm
characters.
6. You're
I'm
most
6
characters.
too.
6. So we are
I
6 and
do
1.
get that little bit of skunkiness, but it's not unpleasant or off-putting.
So we're gonna say Ted and Jordan are number 1.
Yeah.
Brian and Jason are number 6. For the Asians,
Okay.
I think 10 maybe.
I don't like number 8.
Yeah. Or I guess it would be 9, 9, 10, whatever.
8 and 9.
So it was 8, 9, 10. We've
Yeah.
got 8 and 9.
Yeah, we got 8 and 9.
Yeah.
It's got to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Like, number 8 was the lowest score for me.
Really?
So, yeah.
What don't you like about that?
It's that astringency that I'm burping now.
Interesting.
No.
Yeah,
It still has that,
I'm
like,
actually
sort of
I'm
chemical-y thing to me.
Chemical.
Yeah.
I'm downgrading number 9 based on
Are you? I like 9 more than.
you know what, the carbonation has changed though, since we
Oh, sure. Yep.
I feel like it's actually worse with higher carbonation. You're more fresh.
9's coming in with more like
Mhm.
floral notes to me now. More almost soapy.
Yeah.
Should we try to come to a consensus or just call out what our?
I'm number 6. There's no consensus. I'm not going to move.
Of all 5
All of them.
that's what we're going
yeah.
on now.
Number 6 is my favorite.
You're right that it's floral. It's like it's more delicate than I want it to be for the classic beer.
Yeah. I'm going to say, if you just say that, what's your favorite?
I think the issue would be we'd be split because we both like 6, they both like 1.
I'm with
I think
one.
we both like 9 and they both like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Which one do you, okay, then which one do you like better? 6 or 8? Or I mean, 6 or 9?
6.
So you're still 6. I'm still 6. Do you like the Mexican or the Asian better?
Mexican.
So you're
Mexican.
1. So it's still there.
So we're aligned.
It's
We
1 and
both
1
like
and
the
6 and
Mexican
6.
more.
Okay. All right.
1-6.
What are they?
Should we have Shayna?
All right.
Could Shayna weigh in?
Yeah. Have you been tasting these, honey?
Somebody's got to drive your ass home.
All right. I've got my guesses.
I've got my guesses too.
All right. Shannon's gonna read these off to us. So
So number 1,
Guesses, so we're going to guess through it,
just
just saying.
say it.
One is Presidente.
one is.
No.
Oh no! Oh no, Jason!
No. Yeah. Oh, you totally fucked it. If number 6 is Pacifico, I'm gonna shit myself.
Okay, number 2
Okay.
is Soul.
Okay.
Number
Oh,
2
okay.
is
So
Soul.
Soul is, and no one liked number 2.
Nobody
right?
liked
Nobody liked
Yeah,
number
no
2.
bueno.
All right.
Which is funny because we really liked it last night. Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
shit.
it's really funny drinking it blind like this, right? Yeah.
Number 3 was Tim's Homebrew.
Yep. Which we nailed.
We
Oh,
nailed it.
wait.
We all
Delicious, Tim. Thank you for
nailed
donating that.
Sam's homebrew. Thank you for that.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
suiciding
yes.
it.
Yeah, I am.
I'm reading my notes wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
4, so the first one was like was Corona.
All right, that was my
Oh,
initial
so
guess.
Corona.
I did like that one.
Yeah.
Familiar. Tastes like normal Corona.
Number 5 was Ghost and Geese.
Oh, I got that one right.
Hey, I got that right. Yeah.
So I'm fucking 0 for anything.
6 Pacifico.
Oh no!
Oh, Jason.
It was like his favorite, my favorite.
Okay.
No.
I'm supposed to be repeating this, so
So wait. 5 was Dos Equis? Okay, so that generally scored badly too. The pizza crust.
Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah.
so I think I don't know if we're repeating this. So 1 was what, Shayna? I'm sorry.
Presidente.
1 was El Presidente. 2 was
So 3 was homebrew.
3 was Soul.
2 was Soul. 3 was Homebrew.
4 was Corona.
4 was Corona.
5 was
5 is Dos Equis.
6 Pacifico.
6 is Pacifico.
Does that mean 7 is
That means 7 is
So
Hey.
Mr. Conte. Okay.
interesting?
That was the really toasty one.
Interesting.
Oh,
I would.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty much wrong in everything but Tim's homebrew.
yeah. Yeah. Same. 100%.
All right. Skipping Oberon. What was the next one?
This one was Sintel.
So I guess that one right.
I got that one right too.
So
number-
8 was Tsing
Tsing
Tao
Tao.
That was the first of the.
Yep.
of the Asian.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't get that right.
And then
I didn't get any of these right.
I got all of the Asian ones right.
That's the only thing I got right. Mine was
No.
Sapporo. Which
No,
was
I got
Tempest
all of them
Asahi.
wrong.
Asahi. All right.
There's only one beer I got right. It was Tim's homebrew.
I got
But-
two.
So here's the fucked up part is
You
my
love Pacific.
two highest were 1 and 6. So
Yeah.
we're Prez and Pacifico. I just had them swapped. I literally gave 1 and 8, 1 and 9. I gave Prez a 9 or Pacifico 9 and Presidente 8. But we can buy Pacifico here. We can't buy Presidente here.
Go get yourself a 12 pack.
So I'm going out to buy some fucking Pacifico.
So it's all about Budweiser and Pacifico.
Yeah.
now, I guess.
That is
Those are my two highest rated
Presidente
beers out of
was
all
fun.
too.
It was.
So,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
absolutely
No, honestly,
not
El
drink another
Presidente
Presidente.
sounds like a euphemistic beer name. Like you're trying to make your crap beer sound good. You call it El Presidente. Like that beer is way better than a beer you just call the President. Like
yeah, that was El Presidente or Pacifico. We tied.
Yeah, we split the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is the true
The
the
suicide
true winner. Yeah. Oh, did you do that too?
Yeah, I did it too. No, I mean, so yeah, El Presidente is a solid fucking beer.
Yes. Yeah.
That was my number
apparently,
one.
apparently,
And Pacifico is also a solid fucking beer.
it was so cidery. It has so much cider character going on. At least for me, I thought it was
That was
weird.
the notes that I've got. I've got more. So I don't remember because Brian and I drank an El Presidente like 2 days ago. I don't remember the skunkiness out of the bottle 2 days ago.
But so that's the thing. We were drinking it straight out of the bottle. We weren't really smelling it.
Yeah,
at all.
we weren't smelling it. So that phenol probably wasn't coming through or whatever.
Jeff Bergenzer is in chat. He says, teleprompter said, geese and Pacific dog.
So out of our blind taste test of Mexican lagers, we'll call it Pacifico, since that's what you can get in
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Pacifico it was our favorite, and then out of the Asian, it was.
Well, maybe because we liked Pacifico, but they liked El Presidente.
yeah.
But you,
That's
I think
right.
because you can get Pacifico. in
Oh, I
Michigan.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll call
We
that.
we're grateful that Matt Mead brought Pacifico to us from down
Denny's.
south. Yeah. And then out of the three Asian beers, basically, I'm convinced that if you're not eating sushi, Asian beers suck.
No. Matt Mead brought us Sol and El Presidente, didn't he?
That's what I said.
Oh, I think it's
Yeah.
Pacifico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
El Presidente. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I bought Pacifico.
Yeah.
You can get Pacifico at Megabev.
In Meyer.
Presidente, yeah. Presidente comes, I Indiana, maybe. I don't know if he got it from Indiana or Minnesota. But he brought it to us, or Illinois, if he got it at Benny's. I don't know where he got it from. But we can't get El Presidente here.
Yeah.
So Pacifico, and then go eat sushi and drink whatever fucking Asian beer you want.
I feel like we were all kind of split.
Yeah. I mean, they were all finding their own way.
On mine, it was Sapporo.
And Sapporo was number 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and that was the floral.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I liked whatever. What is it, number
Tsingtao.
Tsingtao was the astringent chemically one to me and Brian.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you guys got, again, I didn't get any of that from that.
Weird.
Yeah.
I noted it as light or hint of skunk, light malt balanced.
So this is why, like, when you submit to homebrew competitions and stuff like that, you can't take your feedback from one competition and go with
No.
it, right? Like,
Because judges are fucking idiots.
including us.
And that's-
My Vienna lager in the last 2 weekends has been in 3 competitions, and it scored 42, 31, and 38. So just all over the place. So so that's it for tonight.
Yeah, Jeff says he wonders how old the Asian ones are by the time we get them. It's a
Yeah,
good point.
totally, Jeff.
If they are all imported, they're beat to hell. I would agree to that. All 3 of those are probably beat to hell, versus the Mexican ones that are probably relatively fresh.
And maybe even brewed in America.
And maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, our Guinness is brewed in Toronto, I think, right? So
I think, well, actually, there's a Guinness in Illinois now too.
oh, is there?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think there's
geez.
open
Well,
one.
that's probably it.
Yeah.
But I want to say I think Corona's brewed in America.
I forget who owns who now.
Yeah, it's so big and changing.
So that
Belgian
Corona
brewing in
actually
Belgium
ranked
beer,
pretty high
Kalamazoo
on
now.
my list as
Do
well.
they
I
brew
think that was the
Bell's
second
here
highest. It was
in
tied
Colorado?
between
No, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So for mine, no, you're right. Yeah, Corona, which I thought was Pacifico, was the third
Yep.
highest
Same here.
behind El Pres and Pacifico. So
Just
So if I
as
see
I
him, I'll
love
buy it.
Kirin Ichiban.
that's it. So I couldn't. They had it, and then they were sold out when I went to
Yeah,
get
I
it.
haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah, Kieran. It was. I think they had Kieran Ichiban, and I think it Lion. I think it was Lion. So they had 5 when I was there, and then I went back and they were sold out. So, anyway, I mean, yeah, go try Pacifico. I think that's the winner that you can get. If you're in, Matt said he picked up El Pres for us in Illinois. So if you're down in Illinois, El Presidente is an amazing beer. Or just go to the Dominican Republic and drink it on the beach or in a pool.
I got to take a vacation, man. That sounds great.
I've been to Dominica like fucking 10 times. It's a great place. Maybe not right now because of all the shit in Haiti. Yeah.
So no show next Monday.
No show next Monday.
Probably a show the week after.
Maybe.
'Cause we're trying to gotta nail our 2 April.
We got to
shows.
get 2 in April.
What is it? Monday the 8th.
But right now-
Out.
Monday the 8th, you're out.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Right now, though, we are, total side note, we are tentatively, I'm actually not tentatively, I'm going to go schedule it. Kalamazoo hot sauce enthusiasts will be meeting at Distant Whistle on April 15th at 6:30.
Is that a Monday?
That is a Monday.
Okay.
Distant Whistle's closed.
Okay.
So it's a private event. So if you're in the Kalamazoo or Southwest Michigan area and you enjoy eating or making or sharing hot sauce or hot peppers of any kind, or you just want to come out and drink Distant Whistle beer, there will be an event on the Kalamazoo Hot Sauce Enthusiast Facebook page tonight. Sure.
Sweet.
I better put that in my calendar.
Yeah, do it, dude.
No, you should totally come.
I like all those things.
Last time we had like 15 people show up. We've got some makers. Hopefully they'll come. We got Diesel Devil. He's from Vicksburg. He makes some amazing hot sauce. I bought some of his stuff. We've invited Kalamazoo Hot Sauce Company and
Nice.
Bringers of the Burning Berry. I don't know if they're going to come. Are you going to come? You should come.
I will definitely try to make it.
I have Jeff Bergenser last time gave me some dried chocolate bootlaws that I've always wanted to make a chocolate cherry super hot sauce. So I'm going to try to pull that off between
Nice.
now and the 15th.
You know, I've got, I don't know how many packs of like dried peppers from Jeff, and I haven't used any of them because I wanted to use them in like sauces that I grew, like with peppers that I grew, but I haven't grown anything for a few years.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at my house for a little
They
while
work.
now,
They work
so-
great with pickling too.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that's a good idea.
his dried peppers really have a long shelf life.
Yeah,
So
I should, because I've had some of them for like 6 years at this point.
So anyway, Kalamazoo Hot Sauce Enthusiast on tax day, Monday, April 15th.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's it. Or that's it.
I think we're good.
All right, guys.
All right. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us for our whatever show this was. 106. Yeah.
106.
See you in a couple weeks for 107.
Cheers.
Cheers.